Let's go live. Why not? Oh, right off the bat, Ray Kenobi. General Ray Kenobi. You are a bold one. Let me know if everything looks and sounds okay. I feel like this is way blown out. Um, it's fine. We'll figure it out. I've got audio, hopefully. We've got video, hopefully. I got this, man. I don't want to start. I don't want to start right now. I just want to sit here. I'm getting too old for entire weekend long conventions. 4 days of a convention, except for the one day I wasn't there. Jonah, hi there. How are you, Jonah? How's it going? So yeah, I went to Star Wars Celebration on Thursday, and then didn't on Friday, and then did on Saturday and on Sunday. Mr. Lurch's things. How you doing, man? How's it going? And then can't do it without my boy Stumbler here. I'm gonna get this out of the way because my monitor there it is. This is my old microphone that sounds better. Like inarguably, this sounds better than these headphones. But the nice thing about the headphones is that they're just always there. Whereas the stay put microphone, I have to worry about like proximity and stuff. So that was a bigger deal to me than maybe quite how good I sound. Anyway, Stumbler, man, happy to see you here. Way happy to see you here. Favorite cosplay? That's a good question right off the bat. And this will probably change. There was a lot of really good cosplay. Someone was geoed from the High Republic, which is just crazy. There was a really good Grievous before he was Grievous. I saw the dude that cosplays as the Hulkbuster R2, but I didn't see him in the full costume. I saw him basically like lugging his costume around, and I didn't ask him. Like I didn't follow him around until he put it on, basically, you know. So that was a good one. But I think my favorite. There were a lot of really good ones. I saw a couple pink short dudes. The sound boom guy from A New Hope, who's just basically naked except for the tiny pink shorts. Like I saw like 3 of those, which is funny. I saw a couple of shirtless Kylo Rens. Saw a bunch of slave Leias, but 2 of them were dudes, and that was neat, I guess. I'm just trying to think of all the good ones here. Tons of Ahsokas, tons of Rebels cast, all of them. I think I saw every member from Rebels. There was one dude who was dressed like Bespin Luke and had an actual R2 following him around, like a fully built R2. That was really good cosplay. I think my favorite though was the guys who were full Bad Batch, like spot on, incredible, all the details, Bad Batch, even with their helmets off. There's a Wrecker, Hunter, the guy playing Echo, pasty white face with stuff all over it. That was really, really good as well. I think that might have been my personal favorite just because I love the Bad Batch. There was a great amount of cosplay, like super good. And just, the people just casually wearing like Jedi robes around. I was talking to my wife, I have an aversion to dressing up. When I was a kid, I don't know, I guess I had like a bad experience dressing up. I don't want to get really into the story. So as an adult and as I got older, I don't feel comfortable dressing up. There was one time we were going to a Halloween party. And it was just going to be like my wife and her friends and like 2 other couples, like 6 people max at this party. So it was like a big party. I knew everyone there. Everyone was dressing up. So I put on a fat Thor costume with just stuff lying around the house, bathrobe, stuff like that. I got out the door and I was like, nope, I just can't do it. I can't do it. And I went back in and changed into like a normal ass outfit. I can't dress up. So when I see good cosplay, I really appreciate it. I know people that are brave enough to just walk around, downtown Anaheim, because they're not always in the convention center. You have to walk to your car or things like that. Like they're just walking around wearing, like Jedi robes or full on, outfits and crazy huge cosplays. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. So I liked seeing that. I did have an awesome weekend. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, figure giveaway. And then thank Chaz. I'm glad that you grabbed one of the the passes that I posted on the Black Series Cantina Patreon. I also posted a regular one on my personal Patreon. So those both got taken, I'm pretty sure. Hasbro was just handing those QR codes out like they were nothing. Like I know they say limited quantities will be available, in September or whatever. I don't actually think they'll be that limited because they had so many. Like so many. But I tried to get one for anyone that asked me, and then I grabbed a couple extras to give away just to on my Patreon and things like that. So I did my best to try to spread the love around as much as I could. Because what was nice is I didn't have to do anything. Like, back in the past with convention exclusives, it was always like, hey, could you pick me this up? I have to front the money and then mail it. Whereas this, I'm like, yeah, sure. I just took a picture of a QR code, and, send it to them. So that was nice. But I got my personal one. Got one for Papa Gord. I know. Got one for Zach, my co-host. Got one for a bunch of other people here. So I think honestly, I got 15 of those. And it's because they had them at the Hasbro booth. They had them just stacks at the counter where people were manned. But then all the crew had them in their hands as they were walking around, and it was very clear that they were using it as an excuse to force people to download the app, because that was the big thing. Every time they handed it out, you have to use the app. Download the app and get it. Download the app and get it. So you had to download the app, the Hasbro Pulse app, and that was 100% why they were doing it that way, was to make people download that app. But so I did see someone cosplaying as Han Solo and Carbonite. In fact, I saw 3 good Han Solos. The Carbonite though was it was like an inflatable. It was inflatable, but it was harnessed to him, and his hands and his face were sticking out. But it was still pretty cool to see that. I saw a girl cosplaying as Han Solo, but she had a red Solo cup around her outfit, so she was obviously just Han Solo cup, which I thought was pretty clever. And then there was just another one that was wow, that if I didn't know any better, I would think that's just Harrison Ford. It was just a really good cosplay, so that was pretty cool. Hey man, how's it going? So yeah, I don't know. I had a fun time. I talked with pretty much all the people you see in the live streams. I talked to Patrick, I talked to Eric, I talked to Emily. I didn't see Jean actually. I was disappointed I didn't see Jean. I don't know why I clicked on that again. I'm gonna keep rubbing this. What's funny is it's bumpy. Is why I keep rubbing it. There's the Star Wars down here has stuff on it, and there's tactile feel to it, so I like it. Plus, I think I spit on it, and I was trying to wipe the spit off of my expensive doll here. So yeah. Anyway, I've got Darth Maul here now. So fun story. I've had this on pre-order since November. I think it just got waitlisted today, by the way. So if you want one, good luck, I guess. But I had this on pre-order since November. I decided I wanted it. And then my last payment went through, because your last payment goes through when they get it in stock and they're about to send it out. So my last payment went through at the beginning of May. And it sat preparing to ship for forever. For weeks, it sat preparing to ship. And any day, and I live in I guess close proximity to them, because literally the day it ships, I usually get it that day or the day after, or they time it to say it ships right before I'm about to get it. I don't know what's going on there, but it's something like that. Anyways, so I'm going to Star Wars Celebration on Thursday. That Wednesday night, they send me the notification saying, "Hey, your Darth Maul is on its way." And I'm like, cool. Hopefully, it'll get here Friday, because that's great. Because I'm not at the con. I've got the whole day. It's gonna be awesome. But nope, it was delivered on Thursday, and on Thursday I was up at the convention. I live like an hour away from Anaheim, where the convention was. I live down in San Diego, so it's like an hour drive. So it got delivered at like 1:40, and from the time it got delivered until we got home at like 9 o'clock that night, I'm just thinking that I have this like 200, almost $300 doll sitting on my porch, just sitting on my porch. But thankfully, I want to put this on screen because I do think it's funny. Thankfully, we live in a nice community, a gated community, and like everything's pretty close. Everyone's pretty close knit around here, so I don't think package thieves are really an issue where I live. So I was like, in the back of my mind, I was pretty sure it was going to be okay, and obviously it was. I had it, but part of me was like, oh man, I really wish that I could call someone to tell them to go put that inside my house, but I didn't. Anyways, so that was my story on getting this shipped, and I spent the whole day kind of not really enjoying the convention because I wanted to go home and play this. But then I got home and I was busy all day Friday, and I wanted to unbox this on the stream. I wanted to open it up on the stream, and because it's kind of fun. It's fun content. I like watching other people open stuff like this. So there's that. But yeah, so there's Friday I was kind of busy, so I didn't get around to it. And then Saturday, Sunday I was at the convention. And we stayed the night last night. So we left yesterday morning at like 7 a.m. and we got back at like 5 p.m. today. So I haven't really been home. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and open it up, I guess, because that's what we're here for. So you might notice this box is shaped weird. They're usually a little bit wider. This one is long and skinny, and that is because one of the features of this. Try to pull it off without damaging it. I do have a little crease right here. I don't super care, but I just want to point out that I do. Anyways, one of the things here is that this is the Mandalorian like box. I'm just gonna adjust this up a little bit so I can get more in view. There we go. That's a little bit better. So it's the Mandalorian like sarcophagus thing that they put him in. This is not an exclusive Maul. No, this is just the regular Clone Wars Maul that has been on pre-order for a long time. I just happened to get it this weekend and I'm opening it up. So this doubles as an accessory, I guess. And there's like a little window here, so you can put him in here and see him kind of looking out at it. The box is sick. Let's go to the mall today. Also, hey Greedo and Espeedo, how's it going? And Stubler asks, will you be getting Selfie Series Trooper, Mando, or Ghostbuster? Will you get Lily a figure too? So yes, I will be definitely getting one. I'm not quite sure which one I'll be getting. Probably a Mando, I think. I don't really like the Trooper because it seems like it's the old Trooper body from the leaks. But I do like the Mando body. I also do like even though it's an older mold, I like the X-Wing body because I've always liked the X-Wing kind of pilot stance. Although I wish it were on the newer Luke Skywalker Hoth. Like if it were on that body, it would be a no-brainer. I put my head on that body, no problem. But right now, probably Mando. Lily, if she wants one, she can have one. Don't really know if it's going to be her thing, but if she did, she'd probably put her head on the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, because that's her favorite. I did see the Chrome Troopers in person, and they looked good. I just decided that I can't. I had to pick and choose, and those were just not in the cards. Although I did see they had on display, because I don't think they've announced it. I haven't seen any pictures online of it, but there was the Obi-Wan series Darth Vader hot toy, and it looked really good. And I don't have a hot toy 1/6 scale Darth Vader, so I might get that. I might get that. Who knows? But yeah, let's. I don't even know how to open this. How does one? Oh, it's right here. Okay, it just lifts. Hold on. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this off. I do like look at. I'm teasing a little bit, but look at the look at all the artwork on this. Like, it's embossed, which is pretty cool. Like, it's raised. There's a lot of. It's cardboard. You know, it's not like plastic or anything, but it's really nice. Anyways, this is there we go. That's the Darth Maul right out of the package. You can barely see it because of the lighting, but that's okay. We're gonna get stuff off, and we're gonna get it away from the black, so we won't have the camera kind of freaking out trying to figure out what it should look at and what it shouldn't look at, because I think that kind of freaks the camera out here. So let's go ahead and pull him out here. Now, fun thing is I did see they revealed at the convention the Black Series version of this figure, and I saw it in person there, and it looked amazing. It looks really good. So if you're into that, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it a lot. Let's see if I can. Feel like hold on. Feel like I need to brighten it up a little bit here. There we go. That's better. Okay. I need to pull all the plastic off him. Now the head, I think, yeah, the head is a magnet. So there's not like a ball joint like there usually is where it kind of snaps on, which is interesting. It looks like I have to actually take everything off here. Wow, look at all this. All right. Let's see. Let's see. So what Hot Toys do I have in total now? I've got I'm gonna do this in order here. I've got Commander Cody. I don't care about any of this plastic, by the way, so I'm just gonna rip it apart and throw it away because it's worthless. Let's see. I've got Commander Cody. I've got the IG-11. I've got the Biker Scout from Mando and the Speeder Bike from Mando because they came together. I got them together so I could put obviously IG-11 on the speeder bike. That was like a must. Wow, I need to it's like taped in. Hold on. Where's my I got a box opener around. Yeah, it is. Let's see. I've got Captain Rex. I've got I skipped I got the season 1 Beskar Mando, and I'm thinking about selling that one to get a season 2 version with the head, so I can have a Pedro Pascal head. Like I'm fine with season 1; it looks fine, but I prefer to have the ability to have his actual head on there. That's all. Get all that stuff in there. Let's see here. What else is in these hands? I've got one in there. Oh, wow. That's not going. And then I just got this one today, and then I've got Ahsoka coming next. And the Ahsoka, when I bought these, I said these are going to be my last. Obviously, I had to get Ahsoka to go with this one because they have to fight on my shelf. That's a must. These hands do not want to stay in. They come off so easily. It's because of the leather here. I'll stumble with an X joke. I love these, man. Should I bring on way too many shelves? Yes. Yeah, they package these with a lot of thought in mind to make sure that like nothing gets scratched or damaged in transit. They even have these little pieces in there. So again, I want to make sure nothing gets damaged in transit. Now, I think yeah, there are instructions, and I should probably read the instructions. But truth be told, I actually watched I watched a video on this. There we go. That comes off. So what you can do is you can take this part off. So you can have, oh yeah, these Velcro on. You can have them in whatever various states of clothing you want. If you want them to be shirtless entirely, you can. If you want to take this tunic off and just have like this part over, you can, or you can have the full thing on. So it's kind of up to you and how you want to display your Maul. Now, that actually came unglued. Whoops. So that came like that out of the package. Luckily, I think I can. That's not that big of a deal. It just looks like it wasn't glued that well. You don't have to. You have to take it apart out of the box to get this protective stuff off. Yeah. So the the Velcro came off that, but that is going to be an easy fix with just a little Loctite here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. It looks like it wasn't glued down very well in the first place, which kind of sucks. You shouldn't have to do this. I'm not saying it's okay that it's this way. I'm just saying if something were to go wrong, this is okay to go wrong because gluing a Velcro back onto a plastic piece is not the end of the world. So I'm just gonna kind of put that back in there. Ooh. I'm just gonna press it down. For sure, Django looks good. If there's one thing Hot Toys does really well, it's that Tamora Morrison head, so sure. Also, what's up, Dan? How's it going, man? Yeah. So now we're just gonna let that sit there and dry. I might not put that on for the rest of the night, just to let it kind of cure, I suppose. Okay, so there's Velcro on each side right there. I don't know if there's like a front and a back. I'm just gonna put that right there. And then he's got a little clasp. There we go. I guess we have to take the hands off too. So, oh yeah, look at that. There's plastic all the way down here, so we definitely need to do that. That's probably one of the reasons why it was so hard to get the hand on and off. Because of the extra bits. The extra bits were the problem. Hold on. All right. Yeah, there we go. Let's get that back into here, like so. Let's get this shirt off. It does. I mean, honestly, I love Hot Toys. They're awesome. They look awesome. But right now, I feel like I'm playing with a doll. Like, there's no way around it. I just feel like I'm playing with a doll. Like, I've never popped a Black Series figure out of the box, or even at like a SH Figure Art or a Mofx, and been like, yeah, man, the first thing I'm going to do is take his clothes off. Like, maybe Mezco, maybe. I don't know. Do they do that? Do you take Mezco clothes off? I only Mezco I've ever had was one people sent me, and I never bothered to try. So let me know. Do you have Mezcos? Can you take the clothes off? Do you want to take the clothes off? That sounds really creepy the way I asked that. But let's take a moment and look at this. The only thing I don't like is this. The way this is right here is it just looks like he is wearing sweatpants. you know what I mean? Like he's just wearing sweatpants here. So it's not meant to be like this. If you do it like this, you can put the belt. I think the belt goes this way. Yeah. You can put the belt back on. So it doesn't look so weird. Kind of how it was in the show. So you don't see that. You don't see that bit. Yeah, there's paint everywhere. His arms are painted, his torso's painted, his back is painted. I'm not gonna take off his pants to check to see if that's painted. I'm just not gonna do it. You display your Maul shirtless, looks badass. Yeah, I mean they did a good job, so why not display him shirtless in a twerking position? If Maul started to twerk when they first met Obi Qui-Gon the Jedi, I would have given up. I can't really like I can't say anything against that. You're probably right. No, thank you. I do have some replacement plates, but yes, thank you for sending me this knife. It works really well, and I'm not worried about cutting myself. So yeah, thank you again for doing that. So you can take the clothes off, but I've heard it's very hard to make it look like how it did originally. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I guess. All right, let's. I'm gonna put his clothes back on. Like as cool as this is, it even. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can. There's chest hair. Come on, focus in, focus in. Don't make me. I'll do it manually. I will manually focus. There we go. We'll do it this way. They've sculpted chest hair into that. Look at that. That's crazy. His nipples feel really low though. I don't know. What he reminds me of looking like this is like one of those old like 50s guys that walks around with no shirt on and his pants like up above his belly button. You know? Does that make sense to anyone else? Am I just weird for saying that? I don't know. Maybe. I'm definitely weird. Anyways, let's we're gonna leave his shirt off now because again, I'm gluing this back together because the Velcro came off, and I'm just gonna let it sit there for a little bit. I don't want to be pulling and pushing and pulling on it. So we're gonna keep our Maul like this for a bit, so we don't have to worry about that. Hot Toys are 6-inch Black Series, bang for buck. I mean, I feel like bang for buck. I feel like Black Series wins, man. This is a $260 or $290 figure. Like $290, man. That's like 10 Black Series figures. That's so many Black Series figures I can have. And while these are better, like look at this head sculpt. Let me get this in here. I'm not saying the quality is better, but I think bang for buck. Let me first of all let's center this. Let's focus it in. All right, and then let's shine a little light on that right there. Like look at that head sculpt. This is nuts. And actually, the eyeballs are articulated right in here, so you can. Let's see. You can. you can do one of these things right here if you want to. Like I think that's pretty rad. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I should fix it so he's not quite cross-eyed here. Not quite. Don't give him the lazy eye. I do want to point out here we got Ray Park's earring that he didn't want to take off, which I feel like still works for Darth Maul. Some of that. We got lots of great paint apps, lots of great sculpt on that head, and again, it is magnetic, so you don't have to worry about like popping it on a ball joint or anything. And you get a lot of great movement. Like you want to give them kind of one of these things, like a head cocked, kind of looking to the side, wondering what's going on. Like you can do all that because it is a magnet, and that is pretty rad. I actually know that, Eric. I just haven't opened up the rest of the box here yet, and I wanted to mess around with it. But you're right. There is a little tool that makes it easier. And then the Ahsoka has the same feature, so I'm definitely going to be kind of doing that. I'm not going to put these hands back on though, because I guess I could put these on. Let's get this on. I guess I could put the forearms back on. He comes with ungloved hands as well. So if you want it to be completely ungloved with bare hands, you can. Or if you want to have the there we go. Yeah, those go on way better now. Yeah, I think maybe we're gonna go ungloved hands because I don't really like the way that looks. I guarantee it. Ah, Luda Rakulski, he looks around, is he horny? That's super funny. Yeah, you got all the jokes. I love it. Jared Riley, how's it going? Let's see here. Let's take this off here. So we got lots of like armor bits and whatnot, hands and little wrist condoms for making it look like the gauntlet is attached to the glove on the hand, which is kind of a fun little feature. But let's see what else is in here. Let's put these off to the side. And again, he's also got like this thing. So again, if you do want, we can. We'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. We'll take this off. We'll put this. Oh, I think this is the. No, it doesn't matter. There we go. Let's do it this way. So we still have all the cool bare chest and whatnot, but he'll have. I guess he raided Anakin Skywalker's closet and stole his little over the robe parts there. So you can kind of adjust it like that. There we go. I actually like that a lot. So I might be displaying mine like this. And it's kind of fun that you do have so many different ways that you can display him. And on the belt, of course, we've got things like a little clasp for his lightsaber. David, you know I am. That's you. How many times have you barged in on me when we were living together? I was playing with my dolls and undressing my dolls. So yes. Hey Lowell, how's it going? Yeah, so I think I'm actually gonna keep mine like this. But let's see it up, and obviously he does have this underrobe if you want to have that. So we'll put these aside for now. And let's see what else is in here, because I think there's a whole other layer of stuff. Let's get this out of here. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. We neglected to pull the top tray off with it. That was my fault. It does come with instructions. I'm gonna leave the instructions out right now. I'm not gonna like put anything on, but I'm gonna look at them before I try anything major. All right, so I like to pull all this part in, and let's all. You ready for this? Let's do it. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. So you have a little display stand. It says Darth Maul on it. I'm happy that it's not one of the sand ones for some reason that Hot Toys likes to do. We're gonna take all this stuff. We're gonna put this down here. So let's see what else he comes with. Obviously, this is the crotch holder. So if you want him just standing up without having to worry about him falling, that's nice. But also lets you kind of put him in some dynamic poses. I'll probably have him in a jumping pose because he's Darth Maul, and I feel like Ray Park couldn't be in a room without doing a lightsaber jump. He does come with a hoodie, so if you want him to, you know, have a hood going on, you can, like so. Looks a little bit more like Cobra Kai for a Stumbler there. Which Stumbler, by the way, I agree. It does look like that. So what else do we got? This is the tool. If you want to mess around with the eyes, this is the tool for it. So you can easily do that. We got some more gloves. So we have open kind of forcey hand glove. We have holdy. I think they call it a C grip. And these do have some bend to them, so you don't have to worry about like breaking anything. They're bendy, which is nice. So we got two kind of C grip hands here. And he has a pair of relaxed hands that come on him. So we have gloved hands. We've got three, what is these, left-handers right here. We have an open kind of forcey hand, a C grip hand, and a relaxed hand. And then on the right hand, we have a relaxed hand and then another C grip hand. So we're missing a matching kind of forcey grip hand, but that's okay because the other one's here, and we'll get into that. So for what we're doing now, we have some ungloved hands. We've got C grips for ungloved hands. And we've got some relaxed hands there. So we don't have any like, there's no force grip ungloved hands, which I guess kind of sucks. I don't know. Let's get some hands on him so he's not looking super weird here. So there we go. Let's give him a C grip hand here. Cuppy hand is what I like to say, but I think C grip is the industry term. Yeah, he's looking pretty good there. I think he's looking pretty good. Jazz hands. Oh, we got. This is what I mean. Where grown-ups should be able to buy $300 display pieces. My dad came when the first car. Yeah, exactly. I'm an adult. I have a good job. Don't have any like responsibilities or whatever. I'm not behind on any bills. I'm not drowning in credit card debt. And I paid for this, by the way, on the payment plan. So I pre-ordered it back in November, and I've been paying like $50 a month for like 3 or 4 months. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. I guess is what I'm trying to say there. It's not like I dropped $290 on this. So the other thing he comes with, and this does kind of suck because I think this really only works. I don't think you can take this apart because all the electronics are in here. I should probably put it on camera. Also, Kevin, hi. Sorry I didn't get to you a little sooner. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the Flex, if it weren't for the Flex payment plan, I wouldn't have bought any of these because I don't have that much money to drop at once. But like I can do $50 a month, or I think the most expensive one was the speeder bike I got, and that was like $100, I think, a month. But like nothing ever hit at once. I kind of spaced it out, so it's not so bad. That's exactly what it is. He comes with all the hands I wish Black Series came with. That's exactly what it is. Obi-Wan Kenobi, how's it going, man? So the second thing here is this is the lightsaber that lights up. So if you want to have the lightsaber that lights up, you basically have to have, I guess, just the glove on, but at the same time, because I'm going to check the instructions. I don't think you can take this off when when it's like this, because like the batteries are in here. This is the switch, and everything's kind of connected. And there's not really any articulation on here. The lightsaber doesn't come out. I think without the little wrist condom on, I can probably get this around it so it looks a little bit better. It's not just a straight black, but you're gonna have like this bit here covered unless you have the jacket on. So that's kind of the only way really to make the jacket look okay, or this light up one look okay, is to have the jacket on. But it does come with a light up lightsaber, which is pretty cool. But I'm not going to get into that until I read the instructions. We also do have the non-light up lightsaber. I don't know if it splits. I don't want to try splitting it without reading the instructions, but the lightsaber does look pretty good. Honestly, I saw basically everything I have on pre-order. I saw in person at Star Wars Celebration, and Saw Gerrera looked really good. But I will say there are a lot of really big contenders right now for Figure of the Year. There are a lot of really great ones, so it's hard to say. He also does come obviously with, we have the lightsaber blades. There's 2 of those, and then there's also these like motion ones, which is pretty cool, so you can make him look like he's kind of swinging. He has some replacement joints in case you break one. Top 3, in my opinion? I mean, maybe. It's really hard to say. I don't know. Some of those new Inquisitors they just announced look real good, so it's really hard to say. And then it comes with batteries, obviously, for the forearm here, so that you can light up the sabers. That's what it's for. So if you want to have these lit up with LEDs, you can do that. So you don't have to, but again, if you want to, you've got this black forearm. It's unpainted, so you have to pretty much, if you don't want it to look noticeably bad, you have to put this on him, which is fine. It's fine. I'm just not going to do it because I don't know if you were watching at the beginning, but when I pulled his leather shoulder pauldron off, the Velcro came off with it, and so I had to glue it back on. So I'm going to let that cure overnight so it gets a good solid connection. But what I'm going to do is top 3 in my opinion for Hot Toys. Well, I can only really speak to the ones I have. Because like I don't really have, I can't really say anything about that. I tried to do that. That did not work. That's the opposite. In my opinion, I it's really hard to say, man. I love every Hot Toy figure I've got. They're all just crazy display pieces to me. Like I've got IG-11 on. Before I do this, let's take this off. And let's put it in its hand before I put that on. I've got IG-11 on the speeder bike with Grogu in his little knapsack over his chest. That's one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars, and I have that in a 1/6 scale. So, but you couldn't buy that together. You had to buy the speeder bike combo with the biker scout, and then you had to buy an IG-11 separately. So like, does that count? I do think like Cody's really good. Rex is really good. I think I like Rex a little bit better than I like Cody. Oh, come on now. There it goes. There it goes. Let's get kind of a. Like this is so long. This is easily longer than 12 inches right here. This lightsaber. Like that's crazy long. I'm actually worried about it falling, but he does come with this stand, so it shouldn't be an issue. We got some pretty good leg articulation. I haven't really gone over anything articulation wise. He's got. It's always kind of hard to tell because, like, especially when there's clothes on, because you can't see the articulation. But like, he's got some thigh swivel there. He's got double jointed knees, and this little part moves so you can kind of get up and over. We have ankle, very stiff, and then there's a rocker there, so you can get some pretty good poses. I do wish that we had more of an open hand on this so that I could. I mean, I guess I could just put the glove on one hand and use it. So, you've got ways around it. You can put the lightsaber on his belt. There's a little nubbin right here that goes into the belt on the side. I feel like this is really too long to really be kind of living life like that, but I don't know. It's fine. That's how he wants to live his life. Did I receive Rex? I'm pretty sure I didn't receive Rex until this year either. I don't remember when I received Rex, but I'm pretty sure I got him this year. So I would count that as a. No, I didn't. I got Rex last year. I did because when I got Rex, that's when I pre-ordered. That's when I pre-ordered these. So yeah, you're right. I actually saw someone cosplaying as B. Arthur from the holiday special. And I was at the live stage when I saw it, watching what the guy that voiced Grievous is it Matt Wood, Brian Wood, Matt Wood? I think it's Matt. I don't know. He was doing an interview at the live stage, and like walk BR basically a guy, a man, a fully grown man, cosplaying as B. Arthur from Star Wars, the Star Wars Holiday Special. That was a cosplay to look at for sure. The Ronin Mando is from the movie realization Bandai line, and it looks good. Hey, Stumbler, thanks for hanging out. I'm doing the same kind of thing. I bought Anakin and the staff. Oh man, I saw that in person at the show, and it looked gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, you picked a good one there because that looks real good. But I plan on displaying them separately and buying a battle droid for the staff. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, because the Anakin looks real good, and I thought about buying the Anakin, obviously to go with my Ahsoka, but I feel like I don't want to open up. I don't want to think that way. I don't want to start buying figures to go with other figures on a whim. If I do it pre-planned, that's one thing. But if I did that right now, it would kind of be on a whim. So like when I bought this Maul and the Ahsoka, I bought them together to be together. When I bought the IG-11 and the Biker Scout Speeder Bike combo, I bought them specifically so I could have that scene, So it wasn't just like a kind of a wake up and be like, yeah, I guess I'll buy this to add on to this. I don't want to just kind of build on. I want to have a specific scene in mind when I buy them. and so it's not just kind of off the cuff, I guess. That's what I'm telling myself, so I don't go too crazy with Hot Toys. But man, I'm glad I got this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad I got this. I think it looks great. Yeah, and I do have I don't have Anakin, but I do have the Rex and I will have the Ahsoka. So I'm gonna be happy to have them next to each other, for sure. That's more of a happy accident though, because I bought the Rex to go with the Cody because I wanted the Rex and Cody to go together. And they were my first two purchases. They had just announced Rex, and I was like, oh man, that looks really good. I knew they had already announced Cody, and I was like, well, if I'm getting a Rex, I'm going to get a Cody. And at the time, those are going to be my first and only two Hot Toys figures. And then it was the pandemic, and like my brother died, and I was going through some shit, and we got the stimulus money, and I was like, I don't need it. I'm still working. Like my work is still paying me. I'm just gonna do something stupid with it that I would never do, and that's when I bought the IG-11 and the speeder bike, and I was like, that's it. Those four figures. That's it. And then for Christmas, my wife was like, "Do you want a hot toy?" That's actually not true. That's not true. I asked my wife if I could get a hot toy for Christmas, and she said, "Not for Christmas, but if I wanted one, I could buy it." Was what she said. So it wasn't. I bought it around Christmas time, but it wasn't for Christmas. That's when I got Mando. Um, yeah, so I'm really trying hard not to let these spiral out of control. The one saving grace is, unlike Black Series for the most part, these figures only go up in value, even if they're open. As long as they're in good condition, even open, the resale value is still pretty good. If I decide that, I need to sell it for whatever reason, I don't want it anymore, or I need to sell it for bills or whatever, So it kind of is an investment in that sense. I'm not buying it to sell it. I'm just saying that that's an option if I want it to be, I guess. Yeah. Man. So oh, and the last thing I haven't talked about is he does come with the Trooper forearm. So like he had in the last episode, uh, he got it pretty hardcore too. That was kind of a fun scene where he basically chopped off the arm of a trooper to get that so you can communicate or follow the communications, which is pretty smart. Anyways, so I'm trying to set him down so the lightsaber doesn't touch the ground because I don't want to do anything. I want to mess around with this tool. So I'm guessing it's this pointy end right here that's supposed to allow you to, yeah. So it just kind of goes in here. It just fits in a little peg in there. Better, easier said than done. And then you can. There we go. How do you make Darth Maul look less menacing? You fuck with his eyes. That's what you do. I'm good, and you're real good. Yeah. Darth Maul. Ken Bobby. Yeah, so it's kind of fun just to mess around with him. So he comes with this little tool, and you can just kind of mess around with the eyes there. Ooh. You can give him one lazy eye, I guess, if you want to. So he can be looking in a couple different directions at once. That's fearsome. Hi, Michael. Yeah, my Star Wars Celebration experience was pretty fun. I'll admit, Darth Maul sitting at home aside, because I told that story earlier. Thursday wasn't my favorite day. In fact, I contemplated after Thursday. There we go. I got to fix his eyes there. I contemplated after Thursday not even going back because it just like it was fine, but part of it just kind of felt like more of an obligation than actually enjoying myself, I suppose. But Saturday I had an absolute blast. I didn't have tickets to Friday, so that's why I didn't go on Friday. It wasn't like a conscious decision anyway. So again, that's just, the only comes with the one head. But no, I had a lot of fun. I had a blast on Saturday. I met a lot of really cool people, a lot of cool other YouTubers. Like I met Victoria. I met a couple of people that follow me. Some people that stop me, like that I don't know, obviously, but they follow me, and that's always kind of a treat because I just assume nobody watches my stuff. Like I know people watch it, like I know because I see the views, but I don't know. I don't think any of you are real. I think you're all figments of my imagination, and I'm just talking to nobody. So it's always kind of surprising and fun when people recognize me, especially with my mask on, because I feel like covering up the best part of my face, which is my beard. But there were three times that people recognized me that I knew, and I was going up to introduce myself to them, and they sort of counter introduced themselves to me, I guess. So the first one was Robo, who I've never met. And Dan's watching. We've talked about this. Like I've never had a reason to interact with Robo before. Like I've never talked to him. I've never sent him a message. I've subscribed to him for years. I watch his videos, obviously. The guy seems really nice, really cool. I watch him when he's on live streams and like with I think Toy Galaxy just did one on their Patreon. I watched, and it was really cool to see that. But I've never been like I've never had a reason to say hi, I guess. But I saw that he was on the con working the Dork Side booth. I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna say hi. I'm not expecting to know who I am, but like I was standing there. He goes, my case. I was like, oh, you do know who I am, and that was weird, but kind of cool. And he was super nice. We chatted for a long time. And then the second one was later that day. Jake from Forlom to Zuckus, who does Instagram, Twitter stuff. I was standing at the Hasbro booth waiting for them to put the archive figures that they had just announced in the display, and he kind of tapped me on the shoulder and introduced himself to me because I didn't know what he looked like. I knew he was there, and I did send him a message saying like, "Hey, it'd be cool to like just to say hi." But he didn't respond to that. But he did, like, he saw me and tapped me on the shoulder while I was waiting, and that was fun. We hung out for a long time. We chatted for a while at the Hasbro booth. And that was a lot of fun. And then today I went back to Dorkside Toys and I bought, I don't know where it is. It's somewhere around here. But I bought another Gamorrean guard because I only had the one. And I figured, like, I'm at the booth. I want to buy something that's fun for me. And I have everything. But Gamorrean guards, you can have more than one of. So I was like, I'll go to Dorkside. I'll buy a Gamorrean guard. Just so, like, I bought something from them. And when I was checking out, Eddie, I guess the owner or whatever, like, he knew who I was. Like, he's like, you're Mike Case. I was like, oh yeah, I am Mike Case. He's like, yeah, I watch your videos. So like that was cool for me. I guess kind of personally, professionally, I thought it was really, really neat that people kind of recognized me, that I was fully intending to introduce myself to. So that was really, really fun. But other than that, it was fun just to like be around people that like Star Wars, and I was really happy to see like all of Star Wars represented. I can't think of one era of Star Wars that I didn't see T-shirts or cosplay for. The prequels, obviously, but even like Episode 1, I saw Jar Jar cosplay. It was a Darth Jar Jar, but it still counts as a Darth Jar Jar. I saw Holiday Special cosplay. Obviously, like Rebels, Clone Wars, original trilogy, tons of that. Sequel trilogy, actually, tons of sequel trilogy. Lots of Reys, lots of Kylo Rens, Praetorian Guard. I saw a couple of. I even saw a lot of like the High Republic stuff, like Jedi from the High Republic. Someone was dressed as, or they weren't dressed as if they had a geode person accessory. A lot of legend stuff, lots of Thrones, lots of Darth Banes. There's a really awesome Darth Bane I saw. So it's cool to see all of Star Wars mixed together into one place. And that was a lot of fun just to be kind of around that. Ian McDermott was Thursday. How bad could it be? Well, I didn't interact with him or talk to him or see him, so it didn't really affect me at all. I know he was there. They had the audience with the Emperor or whatever, and I did try to get into that, but I didn't make it. That was the one thing I will say that sucks about it, is the Anaheim Convention Center is kind of spread out into a couple different buildings, and the signage sucked. There was at one point, Lily and I got lost, and we ended up trying to exit a room. We ended up in the parking garage, following someone's instructions. We're like, how do you get out of here? She's like, oh, it's in the corner over there. So we go, okay, there's an exit door. We'll go to that corner. We open it up, boom. We're in a stairwell, and we try to go back in, locked. So we exited to the stairwell. We couldn't get back into the room we were just in, so we had to go all the way down to the bottom of the stairwell, to the parking garage, out to the front, which emptied us into the sidewalk again. We had to go all the way back through security on the front to get back into the convention because we couldn't figure out how to get out of a room. So there were some frustrating parts on Thursday, but once you kind of got the layout figured out, it wasn't that bad. But the signage and the knowledge of the people working there could have been better. I didn't see the Jawa Union picket line, but I did see. I saw a Boba Fett cosplay where he was wearing a robe and a Boba Fett helmet, holding a sign saying that Jawa stole his armor, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, honestly, it was fun. I think next time, unless I get like a media pass to go all weekend, I'm probably just gonna go on Sunday. Like next time I can go to one, like if it's local. I don't think I need to go more than one day. For instance, and this is embarrassing to admit, but one of the people I follow on Twitter, we've talked back and forth. We met up at the con. Super nice guy, Logan. Very nice guy. He offered to let me bum in on his Tamora Morrison picture. And it was right at the end of the con on Saturday. My wife had already been back in the hotel room, sleeping. I had just, emotionally, I was exhausted from meeting, like Jake and talking to the Hasbro team and things like that. I was just like, man, this sounds like a great opportunity. But I also felt kind of bad bumming in on his thing that he paid for and I didn't. And I couldn't. It was very nice of them to offer, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing it. In fact, if I could go back in time, I would tell myself to do it. But I made the call in the moment, like, no, I'm going to go back to the hotel room and take a nap, and that's what I did. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't meet or see any celebrities while I was there. I mean, other than seeing them from far on stage. But there wasn't any cool moments where I was just happened to be standing next to someone that was famous, like John Favreau wasn't 3 feet away from me walking through the crowd. Like I've got tons of stories like that at San Diego Comic-Con. I almost got run over by Conan O'Brien. That guy's like 100 feet tall, by the way, Conan O'Brien. And he was like walking down the aisle and he looks at me and goes, "Move!" And I was like, "Okay, Conan O'Brien," and I just gonna step aside. And he said it in like a joking way. It was very obvious that. Or at least he played it off that he was obviously joking. But I've got stories like that at Comic-Con, but here I didn't have any fun celebrity interactions, I guess, other than being at a panel and seeing people. I was gonna go to the Wookiee. There was a Wookiee panel today, and my wife and I were like, "What if we just went home instead?" And I was like, "Actually, that sounds pretty good." So I did that. It kind of does look a little bit like Peter Serafinowicz, which works because he's the voice actor in the movie. But I can see that. I think it actually does look pretty good, like Darth Maul. It's hard for the camera to pick up because it's really dark. Like there's a lot of black and dark red, and the camera is freaking out with all the other colors around it. So I think it's just really not doing a good job of kind of showcasing what it really looks like. In person, it looks good, but you're right, on camera, I can definitely see that it's not, it's kind of coming up. It's hitting a little different, I guess, is what I'm trying to say there. But yeah, so I talked to like Eric. I got a couple questions answered. We're going to talk about it on the podcast. But I went in on Saturday with like a list of questions. And he was very accommodating with answering everything he could with actual answers, not just saying like, "Oh, I can't comment." He did say he couldn't comment a couple times. Like for instance, I asked him if the hyper real line was dead, and he said, "Well, I can't comment on whether or not it's officially dead or not, but as of right now, we're not currently pursuing any future figures in that line. So if you wanted more hyperreal figures, they're probably not coming. Just so you know. But I was curious about that. But for other questions I asked and answers to, they'll be on the next podcast, I guess. So because that's why I asked the questions. I will say. Man, it was a lot of fun talking to them though. Even Patrick was fun to talk to. He was really nice, very loud. He's just as loud. I guess it's like me. I'm loud, but when he's talking, he kind of sounds like he's kind of screaming a little bit. He's like, "Hey, we're here this morning," things like that. And he sounds the exact same when you're talking right in front of him, or he just his voice projects very well. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because I have the same issue with my voice projecting and being loud in person. So you know what? I feel like he and I have that in common, and that's just kind of special, really. So yeah, man, I think I'm gonna be done with this for now. I wanted to open it up and kind of mess around with it. I'm gonna read the instructions, but that's not fun to do on camera. You know what I mean? No one wants to see me staring at instructions for a little while. So I'm gonna look at the instructions. I'm probably gonna put the batteries in the in this arm here. But again, I don't want to mess around with it too much because I'm still waiting for the glue to dry on here because again, right at the very beginning of my stream when I pulled them out, the Velcro came off of that. So I had to glue that back in. And that's gonna take it takes about an hour for it to start getting good, but to fully cure to its maximum potency takes about 24 hours. So I'm just gonna let it sit there for about 24 hours. So yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh, you know what I didn't do though? Hold on. I'll do this before I sign off. Though the other downside to having a top down is if I do a cool pose, you can't see it standing. But I'm gonna put this in here. This is actually the first hot toy I have, the lightsaber. And I've always seen pictures of this. And obviously, like the Darth Sidious came with this kind of thing, which I sort of poo-pooed in my review, saying I wish he came with like lightning hands a little bit more. But I don't know. Now that I've used it for a while, I think it's kind of cool. Another fun trick here is let me pull this hand off. These are posing tricks. The nubbin here it's ratcheted to go either way. So obviously you can get a good hand going this way or this way. But you can, if you twist it, you can get a lot more range out of it. So there's you have to kind of figure out which way you want his wrist to move if you want to get a good pose of him holding something. And if it's not bending the right way, you just gotta twist. You gotta twist the little connection in there until it goes into a spot that looks natural. Let's move that down. There we go. Let's move that leg back. Move that leg forward. So yeah, you can kind of have them in like a fun, like lightsaber twirly pose, I suppose. And if you swapped out for this arm with the batteries in it, it would light up, which is kind of neat. So there's a lot of fun display options on this, which is pretty cool. I mean, just right off the bat, I took his shirt off and he's shirtless, and I put these things back on. So I really do like this. There's a lot of really cool ways that you can display it. And it's going to take me a while to figure out how I want to display it. It doesn't break canon. We just gotta be patient and watch it. We just gotta be patient and watch it. That's all. Like, obviously, something like that, they're not gonna be retconning things in there. You just gotta watch it. That's all. The wrist trick is not just for Hot Toys. It's also good for SH Figuarts. It doesn't work for Black Series because their pegs only move one way. That's it. But for Hot Toys and for SH Figuarts specifically, I don't know about Mafex, and I don't know about Mezco because I haven't really seen how those figures' wrists work, but it might be similar. If the wrist twists inside, where you can turn which way it pivots, that trick works for everything. So you can choose if it's going to go like this or like this, just by spinning which way the wrist articulates in the hand. Yeah, 100% is Beaton's canon. No, like I know what you mean by breaking canon, but like they're gonna explain it. It's gonna work out. Like we just gotta be patient. We just gotta watch it. It was a surprising moment. I'm not gonna say what or where, but for people that haven't seen Kenobi yet, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun to watch. It was a little slow, but I don't mind that. Like I don't need constant action entertainment. I like watching a story unfold. I like seeing character interactions. So it was right up my alley personally. I really enjoyed it. Would love young Leia in Black Series. I am a little curious, because like Obi-Wan comes with a droid, so like why wouldn't they? If they were gonna do a Leia, why wouldn't they just give the droid to Leia because it's her droid? But yeah, for sure. I'd like a Leia in the Black Series as well. Yeah. So I don't know anything, but someone did say that they've heard that like Luke's not done in the show. Obviously, we got 4 more episodes. I don't know anything about what's going to happen or whatever, but we've seen all the scenes in the show that the trailer showed of Luke, but apparently Luke's going to be in it more. So I am looking forward to all of it. I think it's I agree, Prophet. The Jawa interaction was really cool. I really did enjoy that for sure. I mean, we'll definitely talk about it on the podcast, but I don't mind I give my thoughts all weekend. I give my thoughts on Twitter. It's not for me. I don't care about the sabers. I saw it in person at the booth. It's huge. It's like I could lay down and it's longer than I am long if they put it side by side with me. It's very big. I think it is the price tag is high. It's the sticker price, the sticker shock, I should say, is real. But if you collect that kind of thing, if you collect the Hasbro Force Effects Elite sabers, price point, I think is spot on for $500. Like the Dorkside Toys booth had the dark saber there for $300. You know, this other saber that's literally two lightsabers in technology and length and everything was only $200 more than that. You know, if you bought any two Force FX lightsabers, an Obi-Wan Kenobi and an Emperor Palpatine, or two Ahsoka blades, like those are more than $500. So I think price point, if it's something you collect, is 100% worth it. But I don't collect role play stuff. I don't. The only lightsaber I have is the one I built at Disneyland. I wore it on Thursday, and after wearing it, I'm like, I don't want to wear this anymore. It was really heavy. When the first time I went to the bathroom wearing it, my pants like almost dropped because of how heavy it was, like pulling my belt down. So, but like I just don't do anything with them. I don't collect them. They're not my thing. I don't even have any helmets. But if you do collect it, I think it's well worth it to back. And if it funds, I might back it just to sell it. But it's not something that interests me personally as a collector, I guess. Yeah, I saw that. I saw. I don't know. It's weird if Ewan was joking around about 10 episodes, or if that's a real thing. I hope it's a real thing. I'm always here for more, for sure. It's not for display only. In fact, if you go look at my Instagram, I do a Hasbro toy booth kind of walkthrough, and in that I bumped into the guy who's in charge. Like his job was to do the electronics for that thing, and I asked him, like, what's the difference between a regular lightsaber they used to do and the new Force Effects ones, and like, why is this one, like, what makes it so special? And it's very much meant for you, so you can play with it. I wouldn't go into a full-on lightsaber fight with that. And he even said that. He said the material the blade is made out of can withstand like hits and stuff, but the LEDs inside are what might hold you back on that. But like the play features it has with, like, it's got the wall dragging icon where if you drag it against like the floor or the wall, it only lights up or interacts at that end. Or it's got the different synchronized like blaster bolt things and whatnot. Like there's a lot of things where, like, even if you do pose it, against someone else's lightsaber, it lights up in that spot that they're hitting to give that illusion that there's force or power behind that. So it is meant to play with. It's not just meant for a display item, but it is a gorgeous display item if you're into that. Like, I honestly don't know where you put it because it doesn't break down. Like, you could take the lightsaber blades out and it's just the circle or whatever. But like with the lightsaber blades in, it's 6.5 feet long. It is long. But like, unlike Darth Maul's or like the Ahsoka ones, like you can't do the two blade thing, which I think is just one of the reasons why it's so expensive. Because with Darth Maul and Ahsoka, they could sell them individually, whereas you could buy both if you want to, or you could just buy one. But there wasn't that commitment of this is an investment. Whereas this, it's at its least common denominator. You can't break it down any more than what it is, and it's big. It's real big. So I definitely, the price point sucks, but I don't think it's wrong. I think it's in line with what it is. It basically is two lightsabers that you're buying that just happen to be one lightsaber. But there's two lightsabers worth of electronics inside. There's two lightsabers worth of saber in it. And I think it's cool that they're not doing any tiers, because I feel like the first couple of HasLabs didn't have tiers, and I feel like when they started doing tiers with the Razor Crest, I think was the first major one that had like tiers. And I think the Sentinel after that, I feel like that kind of built some weird expectation for people. Like, okay, like, what else are you giving us? Like the HasLab should be worth the money that you're paying for the item, not worrying about what else they're gonna sprinkle on there. So I'm actually glad they're not doing tiers. It's just $500, take it or leave it. I really hope for the people that want it. I really hope the people that want it, they can get it. I'm not going to be helping them do it, but I'm not actively rooting against it, I guess. I think that's a weird childish thing for people to do, is like, I hope it fails. Like, why? Why? If it passes, like, how does that hurt you? Like, what? Why is it bad if it passes? Like, let it pass. Like, the people that want it, let them have it. Don't actively root against it. Don't campaign against it. It's just not for me. But I do think it looks cool, and I was glad to see it in person at the show. Oh, cool! Yeah, absolutely. They're very welcome. So I helped the guys at 1313 Podcast get the convention exclusive pass. Um, this isn't from a movie. This is from the Clone Wars season 7, the end of it. Fan build, other maker, than a Quizzer has a Lightsaber would be much more than $500 installed, or even with an Echo less. Yeah, absolutely. If that's absolutely true. And just like with the Rancor, like there are a couple of customizers doing Rancors right now. Twin Suns, I think. I think it's $165 for that Rancor, but, and this is a big but, it comes apart and it comes unpainted, and it has like 5 or 6 points of articulation. You have to assemble it yourself, and that requires a Dremel tool, and you have to paint it yourself. I think they might do it painted. I don't think they do, but it would cost way more if it came painted, and it still is missing a bunch of articulation. Me personally, that $350 price point for what we got, I think that was a good value. I don't know why people didn't see that. But you know, the people doing the customs of it, like, those aren't cheaper. If anything, they're more expensive for less. And it's weird that people are jumping on that when they could have, for the same price or cheaper, gotten something better. You know, so it's very weird to me. That's a very good point. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Murray. You're great. Hey, Rolando, how's it going, man? All right, yeah, but I am. I'm gonna take off. I told my wife I'd only go for about an hour, and I've hit almost the hour and a half mark. So yeah, this is Darth Maul Hot Toys right here. Um, I've got him. I had to take his shirt off. That was a lot of fun. I did break him a little bit, but I glued it back together. Well, I didn't break him. He broke when I pulled his pauldron, which is removable. It's Velcro. It's just the Velcro pulled away from the plastic instead of the other Velcro piece. So, you know, I fixed all that. I haven't seen anything about them bringing back the Cookie Monster, and I'd be very surprised if they did. I haven't heard anything about that. Toys Back Zen, thanks everyone for watching me play with a toy for a bit. Definitely check out our next podcast. If you're a Patreon supporter, we're going to be doing a giveaway on my podcast live during the recording, and we're going to record the whole thing with you guys as an audience, and that's going to be a lot of fun for the next one. So if you want to do that, if you want to join the giveaway, which is going to be a 501st Archive or the Walmart exclusive ARC Trooper, you can go join our Patreon for that. Any tier will get you an entry. And then again, we're going to have everyone there as a live chat while we record. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to go more in depth on, obviously, the news that was announced this last weekend, and then also my personal experience and the little interview I did with Eric from the Black Series team, and that was a lot of fun. So check out the next Black Series Cantina. I also did discover that I need to make business cards. There's so many times I should have been handing out business cards to people I was talking to or whatever, and I just didn't have it, and that's something I need to do. So yeah, thanks for Michael S. Dude, you just got here. It's been a long time, but I'm just about to take off. So thanks for joining us. Right at the end, I'm glad you made it. Now I'll stop this so you can go back and watch the whole thing and see what this looks like coming out of the box. I think in the end, though, once I get it, I'm gonna put this back on. I'm gonna have them like that, and I think I'm gonna have the light up saber in his hand. Anyways, yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, man. I gotta go because I'm getting hungry and it's 8:30 at night. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so it's been a long day. It's been a long day. So thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. Thanks for watching. Yeah, for sure. I will see you guys later. Bye.